The On Smite podcast is recorded before a live streaming audience at twitch.tv/onsmitepodcast. Get involved by joining the live chat each and every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central. Click follow so we will send you an alert when the next show starts. And now, your host with this week's discussion, On Smite.
Howdy, folks. It's Brent Copeland, and this is On Smite episode 418, recorded on March 10th, 2016. And I'm here with my good friend,
Raging!
He's raging. He's not really raging today. He seems pretty happy to me.
I'm in a good mood today.
That's awesome. I like good mood raging. Raging, elation, elatin.
As opposed to snarky, pissed off, angry raging? Yeah,
Oh,
I wonder why. Why wouldn't you like that guy?
Elagin Cajun. No, that's not going to work. I think I'm going to make him raging in a minute. So anyway, we got some stuff to dilly-dally with you today. Eric's not here. Biddy's not here. He's in Arizona. I hope that wasn't like super secret, Biddy. If it was, sorry. Hope
He put it on Twitter, so I think you're safe.
Good. I like being safe sometimes, except for when I'm, carry. Then I don't like to be safe, and I like to rush in and get killed. No. So we got some stuff coming up, patch coming up next week. We're going to talk about some stuff in that, a bunch of skins. Raging's dug out some Mercury mail for us, so if you're not going to send it in, we're going to find ways to get it. And I guess you got it.
Short answer is we actually pay attention to the comments that are put on our website. Imagine that.
That's awesome. So without further ado,
hey guys, what's
cracking? Well, there, that counts for having Eric on the show. I mean, that was his voice in that bumper, so we're good. We have Eric on the show.
That is true. He's there. He's now there and then. So what's cracking, Raging?
Oh, this has been a crazy couple of weeks for me. So I didn't get in as much Smite as I wanted, and of course I missed last week's show. For those of you who don't intimately follow every last aspect of my life and know this already, I am an accountant is my day job, and it is year end. Which, if you know an accountant, just ask them about year end, and they will crawl up in the corner and start sobbing until you bring them alcohol. So it's been crazy, but I am almost wrapped up, which is why I'm in a good mood today.
That's weird, because when I ask people about year end, they crawl up and cry too.
Oh yeah, of course. Thanks, Brent.
No problem.
The other reason I'm in a good mood, I was playing ranked last night, and I've been having a pretty rough run in ranked joust for the last little bit. Last night I went 4-1, and I hit my promotion match, and I went from silver 3 to silver 1. So nothing is. It's not platinum yet, but it has revised. Led me to think. I think it's pretty safe that I'm going to reach gold. And if you remember a few episodes back, I said, that was my goal. I'm going to go and do ranked joust and see if I can get gold. Well, 2 promotions and I'm almost there. And nice. I think it's safe to say I'm going to reach at least gold 5. So I'm revising my goal, and I'm saying I'm now going for platinum.
Oh, wow.
We'll see if that one's doable, but at least, it's the next goal to go at. And I do find I'm really genuinely improving by playing in ranked joust. It was funny. I think this is the first time anyone has ever told me this. I was playing Odin, and someone told me I wasn't being aggressive enough.
Like, what does that mean with Odin? Like, you didn't charge in and get the Phoenix before the tower was down.
Yeah. I only died once. How terrible. But yeah, I mean, I was being told to be more aggressive, and it's because playing in ranked, I've really taken it seriously and really started to curb that aggression to be a lot smarter. And that in and of itself has really improved a lot of aspects of my gameplay as well. So, for instance, I'm finding because I'm not being as aggressive, I'm not burning through my abilities and my mana as much. So instead of buying cooldown and mana items, I'm buying power and penetration items, and better defense items. Even on Ares, I'm focusing on the defense side.
Right.
So that has been a huge improvement in my game. So I don't know. I feel like I'm genuinely becoming a better Smite player by doing this, and I think platinum is a stretch, but it's something I'm going to work for, and that's what a good goal is something that's achievable but challenging. So we'll see how it goes. A couple other things. Let's see. I rejoined our clan.
Yay!
Yeah. Well, if you remember, the reason why I left the clan, the show clan, was just because no one was ever on when I was, for the most part, and I was playing with other people, and I wanted to get the honor for being in a clan.
Right.
So I joined their clan, and then they left.
They left?
So it's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll come crawling back.
Wow. Did they stop playing Smite? They went
No,
to Paladins.
No, they're still playing, but they're playing earlier in the day, and they joined like one of those big community clans.
Gotcha.
And they're playing a lot, I think. They're just playing while I'm at work. So, yeah, it didn't work out. So, yeah, I'm back. I was a lowly initiate for a couple weeks until Wes promoted me.
Nice. Wes is on. That's good.
Yeah, I actually got a good game in with Wes. We got a really fun assault. I got Odin.
Nice. And then he told you weren't aggressive enough?
No, we did just fine on that one. And it was one where we were all physical, so Wes immediately thought, oh man, this is not gonna go well. And we just pwned him. Like, it was a beat down. So yeah, it worked. Nice. It went really well. And other than that, it's just I'm almost on the topic of the honor with the clans. I am almost enough to get my second chest roll on the third shadow skin chest.
Very cool. So
I'm hoping to get it in this week. I'll get the roll this week. It's just a question if I get the shadow skin or if I get the secret 6th item, which I don't have, which I think is a booster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think normally you get the skin on the 5th, right? Or is it random? Is it random?
It's supposedly random.
Okay.
I think on one of the earlier ones, I got it on like the first roll, and then I had to, do the two
shadow one. Oh, and that sucks having to get like chests for nothing, basically.
Yeah. Well, but then keep in mind too, I already had 3 of the items in that chest, so it was a 1 in 3 chance, and I got it, and then I did the other 2 rolls, and I got the other 2 items, and I'm good. But I am being careful that way, as in, I'm looking at what recolors are also in it, and making sure I use my favor to buy those before I buy my or do the chest roll to improve the odds of getting the shadow skin. So
very cool.
That's about my 2 weeks. So what's cracking with you, Brent?
Well, it's been a busy week. I actually started doing a bunch of new podcasts, which you probably heard about last week. Just follow me on Twitter for more info on that. But also a new game came out that I've just been like head over heels all up in. And it's called Black Desert Online. It's an MMO, and for people that know, I love MMOs. I've been trying to get Todd in High Res to make an MMO for a long time, and when I say long time, I mean 2 years. But anyway, so I haven't really played that much, and I did get a couple arena matches in, and I was just kind of, when you're already kind of enjoying another game at the moment, and then you get frustrated because of like people just playing like just not good, where you're just like, if you just don't run in and die every time, like I see you're a 6-6 Loki, but that's not your goal to run in, get 1 kill and die. Like, that is not the goal. If you can run in and get 1 kill and not die, that's your goal.
Yeah.
Unless it totally disrupts their play and then you can
Make
get more kills off of it, then that's okay. But when it's just like a 1-for-1, will they all jump on me? Well, yeah, because you just jumped on someone in the middle of all of them. Like, what do you expect? You're not going to get out like that. And so it's just frustrating. And so, I logged out and went and played BDO. But I did notice and I don't know why it took me so long to really notice this. Maybe
they're brand new.
Okay, so the training quest that they put in there, Like all suddenly it's like go play a match with bots or something, and I'm like, what? Like,
Yep.
and it didn't dawn on me what it was until then. It's like, oh, now go play an arena, and so it's nice that I think that's a nice way to push people into kind of training and learning different things without totally wrecking the game and stuff.
Yeah, and the rewards aren't that great. Like you're not getting gems like you are with the the weekly quests, but you're still getting some good favor. And if you're someone like me who just likes to go play against bots sometimes anyways, then yeah, it's great.
It's just a freebie. Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's just a few, a little bit of favor. But it's also just kind of like the completionist. Like, I want to get that off my screen. Oh, God, there's a new one.
Yep. I am currently stuck on Master a New God.
Oh, God. Well, maybe, in 2 weeks you'll be able to get that one.
It popped up after. You can skip them, by the way. If there's one that you don't want to do, you can actually just completely skip it. And so I did that with the recruit a friend, because all my friends are already playing Smite if they're going to. So,
and you didn't want to recruit a Smurf account?
No. I did that enough.
Is it just recruit, or is it recruit and play like an hour with them or something?
I think it was just recruit, but yeah, I skipped over it. But yeah, the one I'm stuck on now is Master of God, because I was already at 100% mastery when that popped up. So Next week when Scotty comes in, preview of coming attractions, then I'll be able to get it.
They need to do a Star Trek skin for Scotty.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Man, that's my full kit. I'll save it. I'll go back over that again. But also, that's it for me this week. So we'll move on to some of the game stuff that happened this week. I noticed here that Smite Game, their YouTube channel hit 100 million views.
Yep.
That's pretty sweet.
That is awesome. I mean, and if you don't check out that channel, you absolutely should. There's tons of great content on it, including some of our former, or at least one of our former guests, because Frost from the Xbox Top 5 Plays, that is one of the videos that would have added to the 100 million count. There's the funny machinimas, there's the PC Top 5 Plays, the God reveals. There's just a ton of great content on that channel. So if you're not subscribed to it, you should be.
Yeah. I think I'm in a birthday video on there somewhere. So
you are. You are part of that 100 million views, Brent.
So yay us. Yay
I wasn't
us.
around yet.
Still haven't heard any word back on whether we're going to get our avatar or not, but I did send in our info, and it got passed on, and so we'll see.
Nice.
That would keep you in the clan if we're like, hey, here's an avatar.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, there is some sad news, and so apparently Barracuda lost his brother in a hiking accident, which is awful.
Yeah, and it was the reason why I put it in the show notes was it was kind of a public event, because when his brother went missing, he went on Twitter using his social media presence to if you're in the area, can you please help the search, right? And but yeah, then it turned out later that they found him and not in the breathing state. So unfortunately, I mean, I guess I don't know what to say about it beyond that, other than it's just a sad tragedy. But I guess it reminds us that some of these players are real people with family lives. It's not all just being a top ADC. These people have lives.
And our thoughts and prayers are with you and your family. Can't imagine that. So sorry to hear that. And, moving on, Team Flex was picked up by Team Allegiance. So it's like two teams merged, basically, but kept one name.
No. What it is for anyone who doesn't know, Team Flex is the one that Incon and Lassus started together after they left their old teams, and I think they've got Dare to Care, and I think Matty Pocket's on that team, and I forget who the fifth one is. Oceans, that's who it is. Yeah. And they were an independent team, essentially. Like Team Flex was just what they called themselves. So they have been picked up by Team Allegiance. Once they got through the relegations and are officially in the SPL, now they have an official team sponsor. So congratulations to them. I don't think anyone's surprised being the lineup that they had that they would get picked up, but that's really good for them.
I think they should have just combined the names into Team Flegiance.
No. No. Now, the one other thing that I'm putting in the notes that I'm really happy about, because I've been pushing on this for a while, is yesterday I was looking at Twitter and Hi-Res Stu, the president of, or CEO or whatever, I forget his exact title, but he's up there at Hi-Res, was saying, submit your ideas for a Canadian skin. Finally! So I've been pushing for Guani Canuck for a while, a Guan Yu skin with a Mountie uniform and wielding a hockey stick and riding a moose, screaming "Beer Run" as the ultimates. And so I submitted that. I don't know if it's going to get it because the vast majority of people said it has to be a Mountie Chiron, which actually really disappoints me because a little known fact is most Canadians think that the Mountie uniform is really lame.
Oh, really?
So yeah, having him done in a like serious Mountie uniform as opposed to my goofy crazy one for Guani Canuck. But a couple other ones were Psychotic Beaver Ratatosker. That one I could support.
Okay.
And then Hockey Skater Naja. So instead of the little wheels, it would be skates.
What about a Bacchus and have it? What was that mayor's name?
Oh, Tom Ford Bacchus.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. You know,
That would
dancing
be
around,
awesome.
snorting some coke. You know.
Well, that
I don't know if you get away with that.
That was FDOT's an immediate answer was not Tom Ford Bacchus, but Jeff Hindla Bacchus.
Yeah,
So
there you go. Well, it's you should throw out some more. You say these are real Canadian approved ideas.
yeah, well, I said I'd volunteer to do the voice pack if they want that true Canadian accent. So
Nice.
I'm sure they'll take me up on that offer. But
I'm pretty sure the call is already in. You need to put your phone back on the hook.
But come on, you got to have an actual Canadian say when he uses his conviction ability, "Hey, free healthcare." So
well, and I kind of bowled over you there. You also there was the hockey skater.
Oh yeah, just
is that one you put in there, or that's
no.
one
These
someone
are
suggested?
other people's ideas.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm 100% behind Guani Canuck. That has to be the one. So I will not support any other one. But
are they only doing one?
probably.
Is like Canada Day coming up?
Canada Day is 3 days before Independence Day. We're better, so we have ours 3 days in advance.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's July 1st, so I'm assuming that that's what they're doing it for, and they'll probably have another over-the-top crazy American one.
It coincides with Mexico's July Fool's Day, July 1st. It's kind of like
July Fool's Day, really?
had to go with something.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, also Paladins announces Smite model with a champion pack. Oh, Smite model and like their sales.
Yeah, their revenue model is going to be like Smite now. They've kind of finalized and announced that. That actually just came out today that they're doing that. So if you just like Smite with the Ultimate God pack, there's going to be an Ultimate Champion pack. You pay $30, you get every champion in the game and every champion there ever will be. But if you're already kind of interested in Paladins, you can save $10 by buying the Founders Pack right now, because the Founders Pack will include the Champion Pack. So it's $10 cheaper. You just have to buy it now, because presumably the Founders Pack will go away at some point.
So, so that means if we already had the Founders Pack, we've got it. We've got the holy smoke, $20 for the game forever.
Yep. And they actually made a comment on, I think it was on the Reddit discussion. I can't remember if it was Mick or if it was Dry Bear, but they made the comment that the original idea that they were trying to go for was few champions and a whole crap ton of cards.
Right. And
the feedback they're getting is no, be more like Smite, have a whole lot of champions with a more limited range of cards. Yeah. So that's kind of the way they're going, which is why they decided, okay, this is what we need to do. We need to, if we're going to go with a lot of champions, we have to then use the, Ultimate God Pack model from Smite.
Yeah, yeah. Or, you could just do away with the whole cards thing itself.
I like the idea of the cards. I do think it has a bit of a barrier to new players. And not only are you just learning the game and the gods, but you also have crappy card selection compared to other people. But I mean, that's something matchmaking should take care of, in theory.
In
So
theory,
I mean,
except for
you
lazy people like me, I don't ever want to go in and have to build a deck in a game like this. Like,
that's part of the
I just want to
turnoff
hop
for
in
me.
and play.
Why I haven't played it very much. I'll be honest, I haven't played it in probably 3 months.
Yeah,
and
it's been like a month for me.
I don't want to invest the time in learning the decks and building the decks and all that stuff just to have them change it again, because they're still in this crazy beta phase, right? So,
yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see, what they end up doing. I mean, it's still fairly early. It sounds like they're making some huge changes with each of these patches and stuff. So I'm still looking forward to it. Definitely, it's a no-brainer. Throw $20 at the Founders Pack now, and you get your gods forever. I mean, think about Smite. If you don't have the God Pack in Smite, and you didn't get it like a long time ago, aren't you just kicking yourself right now?
Yeah,
God
and
forbid you're a League of Legends player, you're probably broke. All that spending.
And I mean, look at us, right? Simply based on Smite. Never having played the game, only hearing what they talked about on Twitter and knowing how awesome Smite is, we both threw $20 at it like that with the day it was released. Now you've got a whole ton of people saying it's a hilariously fun game. So why wouldn't you throw $20 on it? Even if they change it significantly from here to now, they're not going to ruin it.
Yeah, they're just going to make it better. And you get a horse with it. You get a mount. You get cards. Not a mounty amount. But you get a bunch of chests, I guess. Not cards, but the chests are cards and crafting points and stuff. So yeah, go get that. It's well worth it.
And the piece of news I like that came out of this, and I don't know if this was meant or deliberate or if it was a leaked comment, but they said there will be Fernando Ares crossover skins in both games.
Fernando.
So when I play Fernando and Paladins, I get to look like Ares, and I am all for that. Fernando being in Smite, not so much, but yeah. If I can play
one of my
Ares,
faves.
Oh no, not to say Fernando's great in the game. He very much fits my play style, just like Ares does. That said, he's still not Ares. I don't need Fernando in Smite. I do need Ares and Paladins.
Right.
Absolutely.
And lastly, in the news, we have the PS4 closed beta continues. And today they set all worshippers XP in favor at double earnings until beta begins March 22nd. And if you're still waiting to get in, just go to their... we still have some codes, but I think you can just go to their website, and there's a way to do it through like following them and social media and stuff. So just
YouTube.
YouTube.
Subscribe to YouTube.
So go do that, and you'll get yourself a beta key. Sadly enough, I still haven't played. I want to play and try it out, and then I want to cheat because I found a way you can use a keyboard and mouse with the PS4, and then so get in there and brutalize people using a console gamepad. Like they'll be like, "How is he? What the crap? What's going on?" And plus they will have never played before. Like add that all together, and I will see you next year at the World's PS4 Championships that aren't going to happen because they're all Windows. But maybe we'll hold one separately just so I can win.
Well, I gave an alpha code to my nephew who's 18, huge first-person shooter player, loves Call of Duty games like that. Never played a MOBA before, and he is absolutely loving it. So
sweet.
I think he's starting to understand why his crazy dorky uncle keeps posting all this stuff on Twitter about this stupid game all the time. Because he's big surprise from a first-person shooter player. He's a huge, he's a really big hunter player. So
a bit, yeah.
no, he's all about Hu Yi.
Hu Yi.
Yeah, he's liking the Hu Yi. So
yeah, it seems like all in the meta. So,
solid choice.
I guess my question is, do we want to talk about the patch before it happens or after? I guess after it happens, everyone will know. So let's go ahead and move on to
Patch of the Pantheons.
Woohoo!
So yeah, patch notes, and these are for March 15th, next Tuesday, We get a new god,
Mm-hmm.
Scotty.
Scotty. Yeah.
What do you know about Scotty?
Weird. Very, very interesting idea. I haven't seen any of the video from the patch notes yet, so I know what I've read. So there's a few things that are brand new with this god. The first one is she has a pet. So as you play as Scotty in your lane, you will have this wolf that you can either set to passive, which is kind of like saving it because it can't be hurt when it's in its passive mode, and I think it heals a little bit while it's in there too. But you can activate it, release it essentially, and it comes out and it starts attacking your enemies. And I'm thinking this might be why we're also suddenly seeing improved bots in the practice. Is they've probably been working on the AI for this wolf that accompanies her, and just carried that over into improved AI in the training bots.
Right.
And the other new thing that she brings is a new form of crowd control. And it's I don't know if it's going to work exactly like a straight line or if it's going to be more like a Bacchus drunk, but she puts a sheet of ice down on the ground, and if an enemy steps on it, they slide. So it's avoidable unless, of course, she puts it right under you. And I don't know what the casting time is, so I don't know if that's going to happen a lot. But it's yet another new form of crowd control in the game. And I like it because it's not an overpowered kind, I don't think. I mean, I'd have to see it in action specifically, but, it's not like a Kepri grab or an Ares pull. Or a Sobek toss. I mean, it's just you lose kind of control of what you're doing a little bit in your movement. So,
yeah.
I don't know. It seems...
And take damage.
Yeah, there is damage too. So I don't know. We'll see. And aside from that, she's got on hers wave clear, and her ult is just weird. She roots everyone in place, does a little bit of damage, but her wolf gets fully healed and goes crazy. So I think it's going to be like a Zhang Kui ult that you can't move.
Mixed with the Bastet ult, like, oh my god. I hope it's not as that's still one of my pet peeves is Bastet's ult and like you're just like, okay, everybody needs to focus these cats because it's gonna take all of us down, or kill Bastet, one or the other.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see. Have an all pet team eventually.
Yeah, I mean, we'll know more for next show because we'll have had a chance to play her. She is on PTS right now, but I haven't done that because I was doing my ranked joust instead. So yeah, I'm not sure what she'll be like just yet. So that's kind of the major gameplay item in the patch. There are some buffs and mostly buffs, not many nerfs to items and gods. But nothing game shattering, except maybe they're making Hercules actually potentially good now.
What? What's wrong with Hercules? Love Herky.
Oh, Herc. I'm not saying Herc isn't fun, but he is not competitive except in assault. So, yeah.
They need to make a skin for Herky jerky, and make them all out of bacon.
Ew.
Just like jerky skin.
He could team up with he could team up with the new food themed chocolate skin that's coming.
Oh yeah,
that looks hilarious. I am so buying this skin, and it's probably going to be in a chest, which is going to annoy the hell out of everybody. I am hoping that I've got everything in the chest.
It'll probably be in a basket.
It'll be an Easter basket. You're right, absolutely. If it's not, they've missed a huge opportunity. So
look at the kid, so happy. I'm gonna get my chocolate bunny.
I love how he's missing the ear too. Yeah. That's the best part. And the giant peep for his axe. Yeah. The voice. I'm curious to hear what the voice pack is going to be like for that one.
Oh god, this is going to be crazy, insane. They got some other skins too. They got the Recon Artemis to, I guess, go with, this looks a lot like the Apollo and Bastet's op skin. So maybe they are getting together to...
They seem to really be looking at themes. I think they're taking your suggestion to heart about, cards. The big loading card for having a themed team.
I hope so. That would be awesome.
Except that team's gonna have 2 hunters is the only downside.
Doh. They also got this one here, which is that's the Chiron one, isn't it?
Yeah, and I just
Crazy.
see Death Knight. Yeah, like Death Knight from the old Dragonlance novels. Yeah, that's what I see when I look at Chiron.
That's crazy looking. Like, so that's the Hell Rider Chiron. Battle Bard Apollo. I think that's going to take seeing it in game. Cool art, but I don't really know what's going on there. Kind of looks Eastery, but also have this. It looks like a Raging. I don't know why I don't read the names before I click into here.
Yeah,
That's
there's a
the
tier 2.
Thunder
That'll be
Roar.
a tier 2 Raijin skin.
And Winter's Wrath Scotty. Can't hold on, Captain. See, it's that. Maybe a little spot pet. I don't know what you do with the pet though. You have to think about the pet. We saw the bunny.
A Tribble.
Oh, there you go.
It'll be a Tribble.
Bologna. Oh, so that's the pearl. Look at that shield, kind of like Ares shield,
Yeah.
or I guess more like X ball.
Yeah, Jablanques. Yeah.
Jablonque. Oh,
I mean that's what it is. It's the 2016 Jablanque skin.
a new Ra skin. I'm ready for a new Ra skin, so that's cool. And Last Commando Ram.
Yeah, that raw skin, I have got to get that. I mean, that is beyond awesome. And again, it's kind of a theme, right? I mean, it matches the Anubis Stargazer skin, so be interesting to see how that one goes.
And the Anubis skin is so badass it doesn't even want to load up. I'll give you just that much of it right there. Bam! That's it. That's all you get to see. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe they did a small image for that one. There's the Bastet season ticket one.
Well, all of these remaining ones are season ticket, so they're basically recolors of pre-existing tier 3 skins.
Gotcha.
So
Trader.
yeah, which is kind of an interesting idea. They haven't done this before, other than like the bundled ones, like the Demon Circuit, for instance. But there, it was like a 2-for deal, and one of them was exclusive, and to kind of force you to buy it now. This is a little different. I've never seen them do standalone tier 3 recolors before, so I think they're all going to look really good in these different colors. Like White Ninja Nemesis is going to look really good. That red leather on Bastet looks really good. So it's hard to say.
Yeah. Also, card change update for Apollo.
Well, yeah, they're giving him just the golden or diamond accents instead of his skin being gold or diamond.
Huh.
So they updated the card with that.
That's cool. Looks cool. Good stuff. New voice packs. Goes along with these cards for the most part. I don't see anything else different there. Of course, the 2016 season ticket. A bunch of these skins are going to be there, and like you were saying earlier, you'll be able to buy a lot of these, but if you can get the points, you can get them for free, so you might want to wait.
I mean, I guess I can't guarantee that they're going to do that, but I mean, last year's season ticket, if you were a couple 100 points short of that skin you just had to get, you could buy 500 points for 300 gems, I think it was. So they're probably going to do the same thing this time. But yeah, I mean, I was able to get 10,000 points, which was enough to get the Dr. Vonis skin, and was basically everything that you could get from the season ticket other than that crazy loading frame.
Right.
I was able to get that just from playing and making my guesses on the pro leagues. So, I'm sure it's going to be doable. They're probably going to do the same thing. The season ticket is really, it's not so much a moneymaker for them, I think, as it is to keep you interested in the game, to get you interested in the pro league, to start watching the matches, so you get or at least checking out the standings, so you know who to pick, who's likely to win, so that you can earn these points, play more so you earn these points. And yeah, I mean, I didn't play an excessive amount, and I was, like I said, I was able to get the Dr. Vonis skin. So that was kind of everyone's goal for the most part.
Okay. Well, and that's well, like you said, you got to have goals. At least if you're the Chibalanque soccer
But I'm tish.
player. There's a bunch of other achievements, changes to items, and stuff like that, which we'll definitely talk about probably next week.
Yeah.
When we get a chance to see how they actually affect stuff. Difficult to practice bots.
Yeah, I'm excited to try this out because sometimes I'm not in the mood to play humans, and the bots are just too stupid. So I'm curious to see what they do with difficult bots. Like, are they going to be an average player, or are they going to be these like psychotically never miss a move kind of bots? We'll have to see.
I want to see. Yeah, I want to see if we can take some noobs in there and play against them and see if it's kind of challenging.
Yeah,
That'd be interesting. Also, Conquest reduced farm for solo by removing one boar.
one more,
You get one less boar.
less bacon for solo. But no, I mean, everyone has been complaining for a long time, even back in season 2, about, you know, these team fights would break out and everyone's level 13 except the solo laner who's level 16.
Right.
And especially when those solo laners were always Bologna and Xingqian, it was ridiculous. Like, they were these undefeatable frontliners that were tougher to take down than the Guardians. So, and that apparently has snowballed into the new season as well, because they added all these extra experience things on both sides of the map and added more lanes in and out of solo, which was supposed to make the solo laner rotate more and make the solo laner more gankable so that there was more activity over there and they weren't hogging all that lane farm. But instead, it just makes it easier for them to go into the jungle to get their camp splits. So, yeah, they're responding to the community by saying, yeah, okay, we're going to try and tone this down a little bit. They heavily hinted this is not an isolated change, that they are going to be slowly monitoring it and slowly trickling it down so that the solo laners don't get so far ahead in farm of everyone else.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Speaking of working out, it's time to work these pieces of mail out of this thing.
I have a message for you. Gotta go fast. Close. Yeah.
We got mail. Let's take a look at Mercury's website.
Let's go.
So if you want to leave us mail, well, you can do it by leaving it onto posts, YouTube comments, but we will definitely see them if you email them to us at mercury@onsmitepodcast.com, or even better, leave us an audio mail, which we will play live on the show. Well, you won't be live, but the audio will be live when we play it. Just go to speakpipe.com/onsmite, and you can leave it there. If that's too hard to remember, just go to onsmitepodcast.com and look in the sidebar. But today, I'm going to let you read these, Ragin. I'm going to ask you to, if you could please read these for us, since you found them and got them for us. So I appreciate it.
Okay, so both of these are coming off of the comments that people are leaving on our posts on the onsmitepodcast.com website. So if you go there, we will see your comment and we will respond. So the first one was a response from someone regarding back in episode 415 when Ragin was brand new. We were confused about, because they were talking, when you read his ult description, it says he's got a choice of 3 beats, and one does damage, one does half damage but taunt, and one does half damage but fear. But every time I used him, it was always just a damage one. It never seemed to do anything else. Well, this viewer was nice enough to explain it to us. So how Ragin's ult works is, once you activate it, if you just click your attack button, like your mouse button for attack, it will automatically do the 1, the first beat, which is the full damage, no crowd control. But you can use your 1, 2, and 3 keys to fire his ultimate as well. So once you hit 4, basically, if you're using default, of course, you hit 4 to activate your ult. Then you use 1 to do the full damage beat. 2, I think, is the taunt beat, so it will do half damage, but it will do a taunt. And 3 will do the half damage but fear. So it basically gives you a choice between doing damage or pulling them towards you or pushing them away from you. So thank you for explaining that to us, because I never saw that anywhere on Smite's website. Maybe they put it, they probably talked about it in the patch notes or maybe on his reveal video, but I didn't see that. So thank you for that.
Yeah,
And
that's awesome.
and yeah, I mean, don't never be afraid of correcting us, because we are not experts. We are people who just like playing the game and like talking about the game. Especially me, I like talking. You've already noticed. So yeah,
well, and I was a big 1-1-1-1-1 guy on this ability. That's all I did. Damage. Now I'm going to taunt and fear and damage.
I think the best thing to do, and I haven't tried this out yet, so non-expert being non-expert opinion, is you'd probably want to use the taunt one first, because then they're lined up for the rest. And you know, it kind of you only get half damage on that first one, but if you hit it, then you're kind of guaranteeing the rest, because they're not going to be able to juke as well. So
yeah, or it's kind of unexpected, so you might want to full damage, taunt, full damage, fear, get out of there.
Yeah, but you've got a choice, which is very unique for the ultimate.
It is. It's really cool. Thanks for sending that in to you. You know who you were.
Yeah, I forget the name. I'm sorry. Terrible. I do have the name for the second one. So this is a question from Chris in a comment on episode 416. Chris says, my most favorite game mode is Assault. I like the random aspect of the game telling me who to play. Also helps to know my enemy for ranked joust. My question is, do you think teams for Assault shouldn't be completely random? In the terms of no more than 2 of the same class. At times, the game can snowball just because one team may or may not have a class the enemy team does. What do you think, Brent?
I think, and I'm basing this off the fact that they made a change a while back, which said that if one team got a healer, your other team's going to have a healer. And that's in there. So they kind of took the one aspect that Assault was, which was ARAM is what they call it in other MOBAs, which is all random, all mid, because that's what you would do. You would all pick random and fight over the mid. So the fact that in Assault that they made that change, I think they might as well just kind of go full bore. And basically, I don't know, just take the 5 general classes that you get, and you're random within what you get out of those, and then you're random what you get, but the other team has those 5 too. Or at least match it. Like if one team has 1 healer and 4 tanks, well, the other one gets 1 healer and 4 tanks. Like I don't know why you wouldn't just match it at this point if the healer was such a big thing. I don't know. That's my opinion. How about you, Ragin?
My opinion is the healer thing really is necessary, because it genuinely made a distinct difference. As in, I think it was probably 90-10 which team was going to win, just because one had a healer when the other didn't. But I think all the classes is not really any worse than, say, just getting... You can still get a diverse class team and still have 0 synergy.
Yeah.
And conversely, you can get an all one class team and have the diversity still. And I mean, the classic example of this is Guardian. Okay. Yeah. Some people would just automatically write off an all Guardian team. But if you've got a Khepri and a Geb for the real Guardian tanking, you've got an Ares and Bacchus to just wreak mayhem on the front line, doing damage, setting up kills. And you've got an Amir to kind of play the mid, take out the minions. You've actually got a viable team. Yes, it sucks that their tank, if they have one, can just build magic defense. Absolutely. It means you need to get some penetration on your team, on your Ares and on your Bacchus. And yeah, it's not the best team, but it's doable. And I think that's a better team than some that would supposedly be balanced, but have absolutely no synergy. Like if you've got a Wheelix for your assassin and nobody's got a knock up, for instance. So there's that. The other side of it is sometimes those crazy comps where you get these weird teams that seem really bad, they can be so fun if it works. I mean, if you just kind of say, I mean, first of all, if you're playing Assault, you shouldn't be caring about the win too much anyway. I mean, Assault really is just the fun, crazy mode. So go in, take what you get, and make it work. That's part of the challenge is making it work.
Well, but I mean, I play Assault probably 80-90% of what I play. So it to me, it is just as important as Arena or playing Conquest. Like, to me, it's like serious business. Like, I get in there and I I want to play to win. Now, I'm not going to start, BMing people because of whatever in there, but like, it's, I don't know. My thing is, if they already took a stance that one class, because I still have many times where there's just a comp you just aren't going to beat. And it just, you get steamrolled. And so it happens regardless of whether it was a healer that did it or the synergy, like you said, between one team. So, I also think maybe there's also a little bit to do with learning curve. At this point, we have much more mature, as in they've been playing a while.
Yeah.
Teams that, should know a little more. Hey, go kill the healer first, right? Or let's build some items to reduce the healing. That maybe that's not as big as issue as it used to be. Because I also
That's
feel
absolutely
like
true.
some healers against other healers really isn't all that fair either. Like,
Yeah. And I mean, and it also depends on the other comps. Like Raw is the if Raw is allowed to just heal, he is actually the top healer in the game for how much healing he can do. But if you've got anybody with a circle ability like Kukulkan or Poseidon on the other team, you're never going to heal anybody because every time you put your heal circle down, they put their tornado or their whirlpool or whatever right on it. So unless you keep your heal in the back and your people keep having to retreat to try and heal up, as opposed to a Changa or a Hell who can just insta heal people and then get out. Yeah, I mean it's there's so many factors that play into it, and I don't think. I guess what I'm saying is I don't think any level of trying to force the game into certain balancing modes is going to work.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And I would conjecture that I would rather go back to all Assault, all random. Just let's see how the cards, because like you said, it might be funny to get 5 healers, or no healer, and it's just it's almost like you said, there's more of that aspect of mystery of like what's going to happen, but it's like you get a healer, there's going to be a healer on the other team. It just kind of takes some of the magic away.
Well, and I think another great example of that is when we get to do all-out Assault in the match of the day, where we get to pick our gods. And I constantly see people try for these heavy healer teams, and they lose. Because healing only really heavily influences Assault in the first, maybe to level 8. And the more you level, the later the game gets, healing becomes less and less effective compared to the damage people are doing and the amount of health people have. So yeah, I mean, pick one healer in all Assault is probably a good idea, but trying to go heavier than that really isn't. And you're right as well. Like with there's Pestilence, Divine Ruin, Brawler's Beat Stick, what do they call it now? Curse. It's just blanket curse. Yeah. I mean, these shut healing down big time. So yeah, just build for what you're facing, whether it's a healer or whether it's crowd control, whatever. I mean, you need to be able to adjust your build to the team you're facing, and Assault's going to teach you that, or you're going to get frustrated and quit. One of the two.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't really even know what the question was now.
Just asking about trying to put in an algorithm that also says you don't get any more than 2 of the same class on your random team. And I think you and I are both agreeing that we don't, rather than adding controls, they need to pull them away.
Yeah, yeah. Just, yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Chris.
Yeah. Snowballs happen. How's that? It's like a snowman out there. I don't know what's going on. Maybe we should move on into... Holy crap, I'm scared. I don't want to go into the workshop anymore. I get scared every time I hear you guys comment. I don't have anything today. It's all up to you, Ragin.
Okay, here is mine, and this is coming from me playing last night in Ranked Joust. For those who don't know, to play in Ranked, you can only play a god that you have mastered. And normally, okay, you're thinking, well, that's not going to be a problem, but it can be, and here's where it came up. We were doing, because it's draft, you want to pick your hotly contested god first. And so what we had was the person who had top elo, who was doing the picking for our team, someone on our team wanted to play Khepri. And Khepri managed to make it through the pick ban phase. So the guy picked Khepri because Khepri's hotly demanded. We figured the other team would probably snag him if we didn't.
Right.
So that's great. And then we're saying, okay, to the guy who wanted Khepri, well, okay, you pick what the other guy wants. And keep in mind, this is all happening as the timers are clicking down because you only have so much time to do this. And I forget who the guy wanted. I think it was Hu Yi. The guy says, well, I don't have him mastered. I can't pick him for you. And that really sucked because we basically got punished because, well, because this one guy we got teamed up with didn't have all the gods mastered.
You got to have them mastered to pick them?
Yep. And so what I want to see, there's a very simple workaround for this is instead of having to wait until all the picks and bans are done to do the trading, let trading happen live. So all we would have had to do in this instance was our guy picks Khepri and then immediately trades to the guy who wants him, and then he's free to make his own pick again. And so he's going to have mastered the god that he wants to play. And that would completely get around this problem.
Maybe trade spots. Just trade spots.
You could, but I think that the issue here is that because the guy had already picked, and we didn't know that this was going to be a problem until after we had picked. So hopefully, it seems to me that's a very simple fix. Just let us trade live while while the other team is picking or whatever. Just let us do that trade so that then we can avoid this problem of, well, I picked for you, but now you can't pick for me because you don't have the god I want mastered. I mean, if it's the last person doing the pick, there's no way around it. And even if, theoretically, I could have picked for the other guy, and hopefully, then the third guy would have had what I wanted to play. But the problem there was we didn't have the time to discuss that because the timer is ticking down.
I think the easier solution is just to don't require it to be mastered. Like, make sure you have X amount mastered to be able to play League, but like to have it mastered, or conversely, someone on your team has to have it mastered. One or the other. Like, instead of like having to go, hey, having to do, like you said, this real time, like people don't talk enough as it is in there. Like, to actually have to like communicate is disastrous. Don't make us communicate in a team sport.
Well, we're sitting there furiously typing into chat because, of course, no one else had curse up. And
well, curse them. So yeah, if you want to leave us your own idea for Vulcan's workshop, email us Mercury at onsmitepodcast.com. You can also go to speakpipe.com /onsmite and leave us a voicemail, and we will happily read that on air. Follow me on Twitter at Brent Copeland, and you can follow Ragin
at Ryan Carn, RAGNCHARRAN.
A large March media production. You can find us on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch using OnSmite Podcast. If you would like to leave us a voicemail, please go to speakpipe.com/OnSmite Podcast, or for emails, use Mercury at onsmitepodcast.com. Until next time,
You rock.
Smite on.